All right, and with that being said, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. We are literally on the last few cutscenes of the main story. If you guys watched the VOD for the last part, I had some technical difficulties, so the last cutscene couldn't play, but we're probably, hopefully, going to be able to watch the full thing this time around, after I figured out what may have been causing my technical issues. So yeah, I didn't start the new game plus yet because they'll post directly into the cutscene, so we're just gonna go and jump into it now. Yep. Confront. Oh yeah. Wait, hold on. How does that work exactly? I'm gonna be honest. I thought it would take us straight to the cutscene, but we have to actually travel to the thing. I'm gonna go with that either way. All right.
If thou wouldst pierce the shadows, make thee a blade of light.
Shot through the heart.
What?
what's up? You're alive! Hey there, Gaius.
And so my conquest ends, Cid.
Oh, I thought it was automatic.
In smoke and ashes.
Move faster.
Hear, feel, think. Warrior of light, beloved son. The darkness hath fled before the unclosed brilliance of thy spirit. Yet it lingereth still beyond the sight of men, in forgotten corners of the world. In the depths of the abyss yet resideth the Dark One, watchful ever, till this evil be cast out. Never shall the world know aught but a passing peace. Yet for the present, a gentle light shineth o'er the realm of Eorzea. With thee at its heart. From sparkling moat shall it swell to glorious sun, and all the world shall bask in its warmth. Blessings and joy be upon thee. Go forth, my child, and be as a beacon of hope for Eorzea and the lands beyond through all the days of thy life.
My lady, all Twin Adder units have fallen back to the outer perimeter.
The Flames have completed their withdrawal, General.
Admiral, all hands accounted for.
He's still in there.
Cid, has there been no word?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Damnation!
He's going to make it, I know he is. Ida is right. We must have faith.
Cid, can they not be evacuated aboard the Enterprise? That adventurer and the Scions are as the Warriors of Light reborn. We cannot abandon them to their fate. Not again.
I wholeheartedly agree, but flying into the midst of that would only add to the fireworks.
There must be something we can do.
Please, Mother Hydaelyn. Please light his way through the darkness.
Look into the light, my child. If thou wouldst see thy companions return safe to thee, reach out to them now.
There!
hero returns!
Look! Thancred is with him!
My tail is on fucking fire right now!
Thank the 12!
Thank Hydaelyn.
Welcome home.
Literally the last cutscene of the main story, Jesus.
You almost got us killed that one time, remember?
Now, we both know that was your fault.
Thank the 12 we're safe.
Mind your horns there, man-bull.
Mayhap when you mind your manners.
Though the crystal that bound Thancred is no more, I doubt we can say the same of La Habrea. And even if we could, we know that he is not alone. Confounded Ascians. Their god may be unknown to us, but their zeal is unquestionable. Suffice it to say, it would be folly to assume that they no longer pose a threat. Nevertheless, for now, we must savor what peace we have won, however ephemeral. Do you see, Grandfather? Our first step towards realizing the dream for which you gave your life.
Friends, the dread night of Imperial tyranny and Ascian machination is ended. A new day now begins in Eorzea.
True to their name, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, along with our champion, have delivered us from darkness.
Let their shared victory serve to remind us of our shared history. And let their bravery in the face of adversity inspire future generations.
Doubt not, the realm will need bravery in the days to come. Old rifts threaten to divide us within our walls, while hordes of beastmen claw at our gates. And though the Black Wolf be slain, the rest of the pack remains. Yet no foe need we fear, so long as we stand as one.
So long as the Scions stand for peace.
So long as our champion stands fast. For there exists no adversity over which we may not jointly prevail.
No longer can we turn a blind eye to the suffering of our allies.
No nation stands alone. If one should fall, so shall we all. Eorzea is our shared home. For any one of us to know peace, so too must our neighbor.
Just as we join in solidarity before you this day, so too shall our grand companies be joined henceforth to strive not only for the good of mere nations, but for the good of all the realm.
Change will not come overnight. Yet I foresee a day, not so very far from now, when the lines that divide our lands fade, and all of Eorzea is one.
It has been but 5 short years since the Battle of Cartano. 5 years since the advent of the 7th Umbral Era. No victory, however sweet, can wash away our bitter sorrows. No triumph can reclaim those we lost. Yet do not presume you honor them by dwelling on the past. It was not the past they fought for. You would repay their sacrifice by looking to the future.
A future united, as the warriors of light united in the champion.
Now is the time for us to rise as one, bearing all of Eorzea on our shoulders.
5 years ago, Eorzea bore witness to the end of the 6th Astral Era. Now, the 7th Umbral Era draws to a close, yet we come together not to glory in its end, but to mark a new beginning.
Let it be writ that on this day, by the light of the crystal, Eorzea ushered in a new era. The 7th Astral Era is come. And thus is ours a realm reborn.
Said the thing! Roll credits! Roll credits! You have my staff, and my sword, and my boomstick! You know what's funny, though? I literally just finished rewatching the Lord of the Rings trilogy this week. The extended versions, too. Because I got them all on YouTube now. I just finished watching Return of the King today. And thus, the literal reborn of Final Fantasy XIV has ended. And, you know, 12 years later, still going very, very strong. Is Realm Reborn perfect? No, it is not perfect. But it's one of those things where you kind of have to look at it for what it accomplished. Because I wasn't around to play the original release of 14, and to be honest, it doesn't really seem like I was missing too much or anything at all. But I know after after having played this for so long and seeing how rough original 14 was, yeah, you gotta appreciate A Realm Reborn for it bringing 14 back from where it was, basically. But we're not done yet. We are not done yet, because obviously we're going to get into the post game of Realm Reborn. I have the quest lists shown up for each patch, and I think what we're going to do is that after each patch, we'll touch on some of the side content. So we're going to do patch 2.1. And then I think when we get through that is when we'll probably do Coils of Bahamut. because that quest line is really fucking good and is incredibly important to the story, in my opinion. And then we got patch 2.2. I think after that is when we'll do Manderville. It's actually kind of interesting. I'm looking through the quest list, and there really isn't that many quests in the post game. I mean, there really isn't. Like, to be, hold on. Let me check something before I say something stupid. How many quests are in here? So 23. I don't know. For some reason, I think it's because of the fact that we do 4-hour streams for RPGs and 14, you know, as a result. It didn't feel that long, and obviously that it's not counting for the fact that, you know, we're playing this on New Game Plus. We're not doing this with a fresh character with a whole bunch of side quests that we would be doing otherwise if I did make a new character for this. Oh, this music's so good. I love this. I love this music. But as for any of the other side quest lines that we could probably do, I'm still debating on whether or not I want to do the warrior quests or any of the class quests for that matter. That's something I'm still thinking on, but yeah.
Trust unto tomorrow. In one fleeting moment from the land of life glow. Yet in one fleeting moment for a new gift doth grow. In the same must live, die, and know.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and skip the credits here. Huh? Oh. Oh, that's right. These were all the... Okay. Yeah, if I remember correctly, this was all of the characters that went from from, you know, 14 original to A Realm Reborn. That's cool. Perfect Gilgamesh? That's funny. God, I wonder though, like, how I wonder how they got all these names to like make the list. I bet that's a cool way to revamp, to do a revamp of the game, make it a quest line and actually part of the lore of the game, of the world. Yeah. Well, because there was in one of the quests that we did like a part or so ago, one of the NPCs mentions mentions the Great Gubu Wall. And from what I understand, that's like an actual thing that happened in OG 14, where a bunch of players got a bunch of their Gubu mounts, I guess, and like lined up in front of the gates of Ul'dah, I believe. Hey, that's the other big thing about Realm Reborn 2 is that it's I feel, in my opinion, this is like a prime love letter to the community. Because, like, hey, not only did we make 14 just a much better game, but we made you guys a part of this journey. We made you guys as in lore character, obviously, like, not all individually named in the story, but like just collectively calling them the Warriors of Light. That's awesome. The fact that there are cases where, I guess, if you had your character carried over to A Realm Reborn, some of the NPCs would actually mention that they recall hearing about you during the calamity. And that's incredible. All right. Got our post credits. Oh. Oh god. Ow. Ow. Headache. Bad headache. Boomst. Oh. Dark crystal. Crystal of dark.
What is it?
That's nothing. Oh god.
That roar. It can't be.
Did you hear that?
There's no time to spare.
Where is it coming from?
Durgan.
Dread tidings, chaos and carnage. It is an abomination. A primal has awakened.
God fucking damn it.
Cast Bahamul move.
Bahamut stirs.
One Azaz moves da.
As will the others ere long.
Fanzad Lokpai ki Hats Haldorn Zur. Ukdorn.
It is not a question of whether Eorzea's champion shall yield, but of when.
We next starve Chemuv. They only cause the pulse right ball.
And with each passing moment we draw closer to the reckoning. To the one true God. To Zodiarch. And thus did dawn break on A Realm Reborn. But where there is light, there is always shadow. Yeah, it feels like a real grad scene, not just remaking game for a cash grab or something. Fortnite, yeah. Yeah. Thank you for the claps. Thank you for the claps. See you, mate. The Archons have conducted a preliminary investigation into the origin of the roar that rang out during the celebration. Their findings strongly suggest that a new primal has appeared. The roar generated a distinctive wave pattern in the ether, a pattern observed only once before in history. 5 years ago, to be precise. I should like to think it mere coincidence, yet we cannot discount that possibility. Well, I trust I need say no more. At great sacrifice, we have delivered Eorzea from the threat posed by the Empire and the Primals, and thereby secured peace. We cannot well allow the realm to be plunged into chaos once more. You have given your all for our cause, risking life and limb on I know not how many occasions, yet our struggle continues, and we need you now no less than before. Please continue to stand with us, and together we shall safeguard the future of the realm, of this very star. On it. Alright, that's the end of part 4. At part 5, at the end of a large-scale operation marshaling the combined might of the 3 city-states, the Warrior of Light emerges triumphant in the Praetorium. The Empire's stranglehold over the realm thus broken. The leaders of Eorzea declare that the 7th Astral era has dawned, but the celebration would prove short-lived, for there could be no light without shadow. Sotark, it pleases me to see you well. Do excuse me for interrupting, Sotark. My lady, the gentleman from Ashgana Exports has just left. I understand now why you didn't want to receive him. You did well, Tataru. Please inform the guards that we will not be receiving any further guests this afternoon. Thank you, my lady. Sup, Tataru? Ever since we defeated Gaius Van Baelsar and destroyed his Ultima weapon, the eyes of the world have followed our every move, scarce remembering to blink. Where once we worked in secret, with precious few friends and all too many enemies, we are now besieged by benefactors, each one more eager than the last to offer us his complete support. A true embarrassment of riches. Of course, every promise of patronage comes with a price. Some make their intentions known from the start, while others endeavor to engage us more subtly. Dress it how they will, the message is ever the same. We shall help you, but only if you help us. The gentleman Tataru spoke of was more brazen than most. In exchange for certain supplies, he would have us resolve a business dispute. Naturally, I refused him, as I have every other merchant of his ilk. Alas, the Syndicate's overtures are not so easily rejected. When we formed the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, it was with the goal of serving Eorzea, not the interests of individual Eorzeans. Our neutrality is fundamental to our cause. In my heart, I know this to be true. And yet, if accepting these offers of patronage could empower us to do greater good, might they not warrant greater consideration? Our Baldessian colleagues have been generous beyond measure. We cannot expect them to... Forgive me, I did not mean to burden you so. That's not a problem. Yet, my urge to share this dilemma may not be wholly misguided. Might I impose upon you to consult the others? They are like to have their own opinions on this matter. Does anyone like money? Fortune begets power, and power fortune. That we, and especially you, have power is beyond doubt. The question is what to do with it. You may be interested to know that there is a growing belief amongst the refugees that Alamigo could be liberated, if only the Scions would commit their strength to the cause. Yet theirs is but one of many causes. We stand at a crossroads, Sotark. Each path is paved with good intentions, but where they lead is far from clear. Recall you our meeting with the Admiral, shortly after the Lamenson sent word of the summoning of Titan? Then mayhap you also recall my words to our host. I said unto Merlwyb that her people had broken their treaty with the kobolds, and that the beastmen had justly responded. That we had been called to intervene in a conflict which she herself had invited. I spoke, in short, the truth. And wherefore did I speak? Did I speak it? Because owing no allegiance to Limsa, I felt no compulsion to allow the Limenses to distort the facts to fit a narrative which justified their actions and absolved them of guilt. Upon this subject, Minfilia can expect a similar reply. Our many alliances with the city-states have already weakened our claim to neutrality, but the path she contemplates would see us relinquish it entirely. I've been receiving a lot of gifts lately, but Papa Limo keeps making me send them back. It wouldn't be so bad, but some of them are really nice. I mean, very nearly abandon your principles nice, you know? None can deny that we would benefit from more support, but if it comes at the cost of our principles... Neutrality was ever a delicate matter. I've lost count of the times I've had to explain to people that our allegiances need not necessarily lie in the same place as our headquarters. Mind you, if we are to sell our services for Gil, we might as well declare our fealty to Ul'dah now, and have done with it. I'm quite sure Ito would enjoy the bribes. It is the lot of the powerful to attract the covetous as well as the needy. Thus doth prudence dictate that those with power proffer aid with one hand whilst the other resteth ever on their hilt. Alas, we have not the luxury of time to decipher our petitioner's machinations. Nay, not while the beast tribes do labor unseen, defiant in defeat, to raise up their fallen primals once more. Doubt not that they shall return, stronger and bolder both, nor that we shall be the ones to meet them. This sacred charge shall ever be ours. 'Tis but a pity we are so few, and our fortune so finite. The situation is not wholly unexpected. I too have given much thought to our organization's future, though it would seem I have reached a different conclusion. Mayhap it is time I had made my feelings known to the yet ascended. Come along, Sotark. Alphino, Sotark, is aught amiss? You desired counsel, and so you shall have it, Minfilia, the scions of the Seventh Dawn must leave Ul'dah. We must do what? So long as we remain within Ul'dah territory, we will never be free to act with impunity. Moving our headquarters to Vesper Bay only delayed the inevitable. We have demonstrated our capabilities, and the Syndicate has taken note. They will not suffer our organization to remain independent now. We are far too dangerous for that. Surely you realize they are the reason Vesper Bay still lacks an Aether, right? They know full well how beneficial one would be to our cause. Which is why it and other favors will be denied us unless we cooperate. If Ul'dah is no longer suitable, where would you have us go? Experience has taught us that the appearance of neutrality is as important as the reality. Accordingly, we must keep each of the great nations at arm's length, and plant our banner in a place which all agree to be beyond their borders. Mordona. Revenant's Soul, to be precise. It lies within neutral territory and offers all the essential facilities we require. By way of an additional benefit, it is also frequented by a veritable legion of adventurers who may serve to supplement our ranks. I am, of course, conscious of the fact that we have developed a certain bond with Ul'dah and her people over the years, but I truly believe this to be the best course of action. As you yourself observed, we have invaluable ties to the local community, forged through years of concerted effort. Ul'dah is our home, Alphino. To cast aside everything we have built and start anew in that desolate wasteland would be beyond reckless. The decision is yours to make, Antecedent. I ask you only that you recall the shared purpose which first moved us to found the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and which moved you to found the Path of the 12 ere that. We aspire to an ideal, you and I, just as my grandfather did. That makes us more than mere comrades in arms. We are as much of your family as... That will be all, Alphino. I am sure you have some familial affairs of your own to attend to. Your concern is most generous, but no. I have left them in the hands of men better suited to the task than I. I cannot very well allow my personal affairs to come before the needs of the Order, after all. Thus, a dilemma has cometh. Leaving Ul'dah, has it truly come to this? Oh, Sotark, pray attend to Alphino. He is engaged in some business or other and requires your assistance. Pray be on your way. Alphino waits upon you, and I have much to think about. Oh, and tell him he shall have my answer in due time. Confound it. She knows what must be done, and still she hesitates. All because of these fanciful rumors. I should explain. Minfilia's mother, well, adopted mother, was among the great many who perished during the calamity. Philamen was her name, though you may know her better as the songstress of Ul'dah. She was a performer of singular talent and much beloved by the people of Eorzea, not to mention a certain Charlian minstrel. As you may imagine, the news of her passing was greeted with shock and disbelief by her adoring followers, many of whom refused to acknowledge what had happened. That her body was never found only served to encourage speculation. Minfilia, too, struggled at first to accept the truth, but as Philamen's absence stretched from months into years, she saw that there could be no other explanation. Until recently, at any rate. For whatever reason, rumors have once again begun to circulate that Philamen is alive and well. One of our informants, Father Iliud, has sent word that a woman matching the songstress's description has been seen as of late at the seaside resort of Costa del Sol. If we could succeed in tracking her down, I have no doubt that any worries that now plague Minfilia's heart might be assuaged. I mean to set forth to Lenosha at once. Let us reconvene there and inquire with Master Gigaruju as to the veracity of these rumors. Oh, sweet siren of the sands, my Mikote muse, why have you forsaken me? Titan's Bane! I mean Sotark! What brings you to my humble resort? Philamen? You mean to tell me the goddess made flesh who dwelt among us until so very recently was the songstress of Ul'dah? Egads, man! If I had known that, I would have chained her to my bedpost and never let her leave! Excuse you, good sir? What the fuck does that mean? Oh, for shame. To think that she now plies her trade for the riffraff off to the west or wherever she said she was going. It's a tragedy, I say. A tragedy! West, is it? Thank you, Master Giguruju. Your information will serve us well. That said, there are any number of places she could be. I shall now begin my search by the docks and see if any witnesses might have some knowledge to spare. I would be most appreciative if you could travel onto Wineport and do the same. Guards, arrest this man. Computer, crush this man's balls. Well, if it isn't Sotark, the savior of Wineport, to what do we owe the pleasure? Ah yes, we did receive a customer matching that description. She was a delight to behold. To give the woman her due, but her perfume was so ghastly I had no choice but to eject her from the premises. Interfering with tastings, you understand? If she is your query, why not consult your blind associate? His olfactory perception is without peer. Given that I could smell the woman from a mile away, I dare say he could smell her from 10. Eh? You want to know if I've seen the Makote lass by the name of Flamen? I wish. I haven't seen a lass of any description for far too bloody long. Squiddy Jones? I see you've had many grand adventures since the last we spoke, Sotark. You must share them with me sometime. The girl from a little while ago? One does not forget a perfume like that. So robust and intoxicating, yet simultaneously familiar. Reminiscent of a bloom native to these parts, in fact. I said as much when we spoke. She complimented my powers of observation and asked me where she might find some of the flowers. So I told her to follow the road south to Raincatcher Gully, and then head east after crossing the second bridge. The flowers which grow in the shade of the cliff have the strongest scent, you see. If you make haste, you may yet find her there. So she's a goddess to behold, but murder on the nose. I mean, I think we've all had to deal with the overbearing scent of perfume that some people like to, you know, that some people like to just douse their entire bodies in sometimes. Dude, you don't know how many people back in like high school and middle school were that just did that shit on the bus. Hey, at least on my bus, we had, like, these couple of girls that would just fucking, you know, spray an overabundance of perfume on them, and it got bad enough to where the driver had to be like, if that starts taking over the bus one more time, I'm gonna fucking do something about it. Oh, there's even someone at work that doesn't. It fucking pisses me off. Oh, hey, lady, there's a Gooba behind you. Gooba down. I am in your debt, stranger. I did not realize my activities had aroused the Gubu's ire until it was too late. Their oils could be used to make a perfume, you see, and I... hey, your daughter's looking for you. Flamen? I don't... Who are you? Whom do you serve? It appears you've already found our woman. Consider me impressed, my friend. The songstress of Ul'dah, I presume. Minfilia, or I should say, Asilia, is looking for you. Asilia? You are the very picture of health, my lady. Yet the world thinks you dead. I can only conclude that this was by design. The question is, why? Not everyone who endeavors to find me does so with the best intentions, child. You'll be pleased to know that I fully intend to reveal myself to Minfilia when the time is right. Oh, well, that does please me. More than you know. But tell me, sojourns the forests of Lenosha aside, when exactly will the time be right? When I deem it so. Do you imagine I traveled all this way on a whim? As I was telling your associate prior to your intrusion, I came here to harvest these flowers for use in a perfume. Does that satisfy your curiosity, or would you interrogate me further? My apologies for the interruption. Anyway, now that we all have that which we came for, might we continue this conversation in a safer locale? Wineport, say? We had the opposite problem. Students didn't seem to realize that they needed deodorant or perfume, but I've dealt with college kids that marinated themselves in cologne. Yep. Mm-hmm. It's like, God, you only need like 1 or 2 sprays or 2 spritz. Like, why the fuck are you doing 10? Oh my God, it's worse when, like, for guys especially who use Axe body spray. Like, Axe just straight, I think Axe just straight up smells fucking awful. And I don't get why any guy uses it personally. But we had our fair share of guys that would use Axe way too fucking much. This is not at all how I envisioned it. I could scarce begin to imagine what emotions will go through Minfilia's heart when she reunites with her mother after all these years. You say my daughter awaits us in Vesper Bay, yes? I have kept her waiting long enough. Let us be off on the next ferry. I can finish fashioning the perfume along the way. Understood. Come with me. It would be my pleasure to escort you to the Waking Sands. Antecedent, you have a guess. Lamin? Asilia. Aww. I haven't seen her like this in years, Sotark. I never truly believed it when they told me you were dead, but what kept you away for so long? The Imperials came for me, as I always knew they would, and so I resolved to stay as far away from you as I could, lest their pursuit of me endanger you and our cause. I could think of no better way to grant you the freedom to continue our work. And continue it you did, achieving things I would not have imagined possible. I followed your every success and celebrated in secret. I'm so proud of you, Asilia. I learned from the best. I have a gift for you. Celestia perfume! You remembered! How could I ever forget? You wore it all the time. If I ever lost sight of you, I could find you again just by following my nose. I did not think it was made anymore. You must have gone to so much trouble. It was no trouble to me, my darling. I fear I cannot say the same for Sotark, however. I could not have made it without him. Ow, don't mind me. I merely nudged your mother out of the corner. Thank you, Sotark. Thank you both. If you're referring to the incident with the Gubu, I was hardly involved. There's something else. This is the cat's eye I found. All these years you kept it. My father was a member of the Alamegan resistance. When I was yet a child, he brought me here to Ul'dah. The accident which claimed his life happened shortly after our arrival. It was Lamin who took care of me then. She raised me as her own, taught me everything I needed to know to survive. I am no stranger to the facts of your history, yet I fear I have failed to grasp their implications. It is clear that there is much I do not know about you and your mother both. One of her first lessons to me concerned mining, and I was a very dedicated student. This cat's eye was the first stone I unearthed. It wasn't much, of course, but I was exceedingly proud to have it found nonetheless. So I gave it to Lamin as a gift. She said it was beautiful. But there I am at a loss. Why are you returning this to me? Is something amiss? No, Asilia, nothing is amiss. Quite the opposite. I need you to realize how far you've come, and how much further you must still go. You and your allies have accomplished more than I could ever have hoped. You have succeeded where I failed, and made me so proud that words fail me. But even as I marvel at the woman you've become, and at all the many things you've done, I cannot help but think of that which you have yet to do, and of what it may entail. Asilia, daughter, you cannot stay here anymore. You and the Scions must leave Ul'dah. Lamin? You built it once, Asilia. You could build it again. And this time, we'll do it together. Truly? Alphino, the time has come for the Scions to leave Vesper Bay. We shall establish a new headquarters in Revenant's Toll as you proposed. Much work lies ahead of us. Inform our fellow Scions and send word to the students of Baldessian. Preparations begin at once. It is all well and good that we have found ourselves a new home in Revenant's Toll, but there's so much to be done, and in so little time. Our first step will be to secure the cooperation of the Adventurers Guild representatives there. Were it not for the Guild's considerable efforts, the original camp of Revenant's Toll would have never been established, much less its more heavily fortified successor. However, with construction still ongoing and resources in short supply, it seems certain that the Guild will require something in return for their support, sympathetic to our cause though they may be. Whatever they ask, I shall not begrudge it. To be plain, we need them more than they need us. Without their assistance, such essential tasks as securing new facilities, cultivating relationships with local merchants, and recruiting adventurers would prove difficult, if not impossible. You need not concern yourself with such matters, Antecedent. Really, Alphino? If I need concern myself with anything, it is surely matters such as these. Indirectly, perhaps. I submit that you might instead concern yourself with a different matter, namely, to whom the resolution of such matters might best be entrusted. And here I am, nor do I come alone. May I present the esteemed emissary of the Adventurers Guild at Revenant's Toll. It is an honor, Antecedent. Upon receiving word of your intentions from Master Alphino, we thought it best to begin talks at the earliest available opportunity. Know that my associates at Revenant's Toll hold the Scions of the Seventh Dawn at the highest regard. We should be honored to welcome your organization. There are, of course, certain provisions which must needs be negotiated. If it pleases you, I would do so. It does. Sir, unless I am much mistaken, you are the one known as Sotark, are you not? May I say what a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance. Slaftborn spoke of you in the most glowing terms. To steal an Imperial Reaper and then use it to infiltrate a Garlean castrum is an undertaking few would contemplate, and fewer still survive. You shall always be welcome at Revenant's Toll. We hope you will favor us with your presence again ere long. Well, well, it would seem your reputation precedes you, Sotark. Mayhap I should dispatch you to Revenant's Toll with all haste, as first intended. But before that, I dare say you have earned yourself a rest. After all, you have traveled so far, and there is already so much you have done for us, and for me. We will speak again anon. Till then, take care. Reading the lusty Argonian mail. Oh, shit! Ah, Sotark, were you able to get some rest? I would ask you to come with me to the Solar. Alphino has just returned, and it would seem there is something he would share with us. Of course, let me just take away this book that I was reading that doesn't concern you. You're here. Good. I come bearing news. The negotiations are concluded. And our friends at the Adventurers Guild have agreed to furnish us with new facilities and material support in exchange for our assistance in the ongoing defense and development of Revenant's soul. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn shall have a new home in Mordona, the Rising Stones. A bittersweet victory, if truth be told. I cannot deny that I had come to look forward to Tataru's tales of our many quests and their many guests and their many demands. From the waking sands to the rising stones. Passively poetic. That wasn't your doing, was it? I too have news to share. In expectation of this momentous day, I personally informed the Alliance leaders of our plans, and they have each pledged their full support, General Ralban included. Moreover, I have decided that the time is right for us to cast off the vestiges of our Order's veil of secrecy and announce ourselves to the world. Are you sure that is wise, Antecedent? If anything, it is a mere formality. Our existence is quite possibly the worst-kept secret in Eorzea. Let us affirm our identity, proclaim our achievements, that all may know what the Scions of the Seventh Dawn stand for. Well, obvious risks apart, it would be nice to receive a little more recognition. And the people have a right to know who saved them. It is my hope that this gesture will encourage the people of Eorzea to place their trust in us. I would reveal to them the true extent of our power. Yes, but in doing so, I would show them that it is a power accountable to no one, and at once to all. And what of us? We who have felled primals and faced down the Empire. To you, my fellow Scions, I would say this. Prepare for the challenges which lie ahead, for they will be great indeed. Great, I say, yet no greater than us, and we will rise to them, as we have time and again, united as one. There must be a way I can... Wait. That area is said to be rich in minerals. Maybe I should ask Philamen to teach me the basics of mining too. Tataru wants to get greedy. Do you ever wonder how he does it? Alphino, I mean. It was almost predictable that he would appear with an emissary of the Adventurers Guild mere moments after I had expressed the need to forge ties between our organizations. Truly, his sense of timing rivals even your own. Setting such mysteries aside for the present, I have a task for you. I would like you to deliver these documents to Slaftborn to concern our forthcoming move. Do take care on the road and represent us well, Sotark. On it. I was supposed to expect a Scion, but I didn't expect it to be you. That has been far too long, Sotark. You have something for me, yes? Let's see now. Yes, everything appears to be in order. You'll be staying with us for a while, yes? With that we add a dozen more like you. Since we don't, though, we'll just give you the work of a dozen men. I jest. Back to do the work of a dozen men, I see. Ha! But I just. Even I can appreciate that an important man such as yourself has little time for menial tasks. But since you're here, mayhap you'd be keen on having a look around the Scion's new home. See that impressive structure over there? That's the place. It was originally built to house a branch of the guild, you see. As such, it comes complete with a tavern where adventurers can rest from the road, fill their bellies with a good food and drink, and their ears with tales of fortunes to be had about the realm. It may get a bit raucous at times, but I imagine it'll be as good a place as any to recruit capable men and women to your cause. Come with me. I will show you around. Is that you, Sotark? I'm quite sorry to interrupt, but I have most urgent news. We received grim tidings from Gridania, and it would appear our aid is required at once. I must ask you to report back to the Waking Sands with all due haste. Oh, fucking hell. Is everything quite all right, friend? I can't say I'm privy to the details, but it would appear that this is no time for a leisurely tour. But no worries, you can rest assured that I'll see to all necessary arrangements. Pray return any time after you've seen to your more pressing matters. I jest. It's actually the work of 15 men. Ah, god damn it. Possibly a primal. All right. A messenger from the Twin Adder came to the Waking Sands while you were in Mordona. I wasn't privy to his conversation with the Antecedent, but I did see the look on her face after he took his leave. Something is definitely amiss. Could it be that the XIV summoned Garuda again? Or mayhap Imperial forces have been sighted within the Shroud? Well, whatever it may be, I'm absolutely certain it's nothing you can't handle. Now go and ask the Antecedent if there's anything you can do. Excuse me, wait a minute, hold on. I gotta go back out and confirm what the hell I did just see. What the fuck? Oh my lord. Someone made fucking Kevin Newsom. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Holy shit. Bro. That's so funny. That's crazy, dude. Oh shit. Hey, Minfilia, the governor of California is outside. He wants to speak with you. I knew this day would come, yet I prayed it would not come so soon. We have reason to believe that another primal, or an entity resembling one, has been summoned in Gridania. Thine arrival is customarily timely, Sotark. The etheric waves leave little room for doubt. Thy talents will be needed ere long. If there be truth in my suspicion, 'tis a familiar foe we face, though one quite unlike the Lady of the Vortex. We dare not draw conclusions without evidence, but as Oriange says, the readings bear a strong resemblance to ones observed more than 5 years ago. Though I had hoped the Moggles guard beyond such follies. Suffice it to say, this disturbance warrants a full investigation. Thy presence hath been requested by Commander Hulua. He waiteth thee at the Adder's Nest. Pray hasten to Gridania, Sotark. Ida and Papalimo will rendezvous with you there. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Newsom's trying to get the Scions to move to LA. A pleasure to see you as always, Sotark. Thank you for answering my summons. Oh, fuck. Pardon me. Sorry. Quite frankly, I can think of no one more qualified to... but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Allow me to explain. Not long ago, the Moogle Kuplo Kop visited the Adder's Nest to request an audience with the Elder Seedseer. He spoke of an imminent threat to all Moogle kind, one which would imperil the entire 12s if left unchecked. You proved an able ambassador to the Sylphs, and we would have you reprise that role in our dealings with the Moogles. The rest you should hear from Kuplo Kop himself. He waits you with the Elder Seedseer at the Lotus Stand. I have a small feeling. I have a feeling which prime, because I thought it was one entirely different, but no, I believe if it's the problem I'm thinking it is, we're in for a very fun time. Kennedy burped in the light space. Ah, fuck! I went the wrong way. God damn it! All right, well, to the Ethernet shard. The other Scions have already arrived, sir. May I show you in? Please, you have to stop them, but you mustn't kill them. They're not bad, Moogles, Kupo. They're just misguided. A gentle, no, firm thrashing is in order, yes, but no. Calm yourself, Kuplo Kop. Can you not see that he hasn't the faintest idea what you're talking about? Be quiet this instant. Pray forgive this witless outburst, sister. Most grateful am I that you have come, Sotark, and upon such short notice. Truly, Gridania could not wish for a more stalwart ally. But you are doubtless eager to know wherefore we summoned you. Our friend Kuplo Kop has brought to us news of a most unsettling development. It would seem that the good King Moggle Mog the 12th has returned to Eorzea. A curious thing to hear, I know. Truth to tell, I myself cannot say for sure if he is a genuine figure from history or some manifestation of Moogle mythology. Kuplo here would have me believe the former. Once upon a time, we Moogles served the gods in the heavens. It was quite nice up there, unspeakably beautiful, unimaginably spacious, and with a literally endless supply of wine, Kupo. In spite of this, or possibly because of the last part, the gods eventually became discontented and started squabbling, which made life jolly difficult for the poor Moogles. So good King Mogglmog XII, may his glorious name live forever, decreed that the time had come to leave Kupo. The realm of man would suffice, he said, so all the Moogles should live there instead. Unfortunately, the two realms are so far apart that we couldn't safely fly down. But good King Mogglmog XII, may his miraculous foresight ever be praised, knew exactly what to do, Kupo. He had a rope, you see, the longest one ever woven. This he nobly held while his subjects climbed all the way down to the world below. And that is how we Moogles came to this land, Kupo. All of us except good King Mogglmog XII. May his courageous sacrifice never be forgotten. He alone would remain in the heavens so that Mooglekind might at last know peace. Except that he has not remained in the heavens, from what I understand. And that being your reason for contacting us, yes? I'll bet he tied the rope to something. Good thinking. Remind me again what the problem was with him returning to Eorzea. The problem, Ida, lies in the fact that he was summoned. It is our belief that good King Mogglmog XII is a myth made manifest via means akin to those employed by the beast tribes in the summoning of their gods. Wait, you're saying a handful of Moogles and a boatload of crystals wished really, really hard and he just sort of appeared? Would that even work? What I cannot fathom is why they would even try. With Garuda humbled and the Ultima weapon destroyed, what new threat could have prompted them to take so drastic a measure? Might that not itself be the answer? Twice in the last half-decade, Eorzea has been brought onto the very brink of destruction, only to be spared at the last by the heroics of a chosen few. To you who braved those tempests and survived by virtue of your own strength, this latest period of peace will doubtless seem a welcome respite. But to those who had not the power to defend themselves, who were spared only by another's grace, this is merely the calm before the storm. To think the Mogglesguard are afraid of what tomorrow will bring, and that things may not end so as well as they did yesterday. That fear has driven them to call upon a greater power, one they believe can be relied upon to protect their loved ones and their homes come what may. I assure you, the Mogglesguard only wants to protect the forest from outsiders, but ever since the return of good King Mogglmog XII, may his boundless grace fill our hearts with love, they've started to get a little carried away, Kupo. Verging on a lot, in fact. Like the sylphs who summon Ramu, you mean? We cannot discount the possibility that this entity is influencing the Moogles in a manner similar to that of a primal. We share the same concern. Whoever or whatever the king may be, it is our belief that he poses a threat not only to Mooglekind, but to Gridania as a whole. Thus do we beseech you, Sotark, confront good King Mogglmog XII and drive him from our midst. Humbly do I do thank you. The sanctuary of the Mogglesguard and their liege lord is concealed by magical wards. Brother Isumiyan of the Conjurers Guild will doubtless be able to offer insight on how they might be dispelled. Pray seek his counsel ere you proceed any further. Manifestation of Moogle mythology, what a tongue twister. Yeah. Welcome, Sotark, welcome. That you should... Hey, Lady Catherine, thank you for the 100 bits. Praise the Mughals, good King Muggle the 12th. He's got the power, no leave. Oh. No, leave my friend alone. He's done nothing wrong, except anger Orkholf because of the developers and fetch quests. Hey there, Lady K, how's it going? Welcome, Sotark, welcome. They should be the one to face good King Muggle the 12th is of great comfort, to me and the elementals both. I'm sure you know, the Mughals are not by their nature a warlike race, yet should the king be suffered to remain, it is likely his influence will bring about a change in them. Thus does it behoove us to defeat him quickly, before any lasting damage is done. Make whatever preparations you deem necessary and inform me when you are ready to seek the king. Cooking a little tired, require caffeine, ain't that the truth? The wards barring access to the King's Sanctuary can only be nullified through the use of enchanted keystones. The selfsame method employed 5 years ago when first the King was summoned to Eorzea. It was with great regret that we were forced to sanction the slaying of the Guardians, who then held the keystones, for none were in our possession at the time. By the grace of the Elementals, however, we have been spared that burden on this occasion. Kuplokop confided in me that he had been entrusted with a set of keystones by the Mogul's Guard themselves. Yet wishing not to betray their confidence, he begged me to find some other means to gain entry to the King's Sanctum. Alas, I have been unable to do so and dare not labor any longer, for fear that the Mughals might succumb to the corrupting influence of their liege lord. We must needs have Kuplokop's keystones, Sotark. Pray go to him and beg his assistance. He waits you at West Shore Pier. Impress upon him our great need, and I am certain he will yield. So, how will you do it, Kupo? Oh, he told you about that? Well, if there truly is no other way, I'll do it, Kupo. Take the ferry to Sweet Bloom Pier. I'll go on ahead. We require his keystone. If he will not yield it, you know it must be done. Kill the Kupo. Well, kill the Mughal. Don't you dare lie to me, Kupo. I know what you're planning, and I won't allow it. Open your eyes, Kupo. The king will never be satisfied, no matter how many crystals you bring him. We offered you a choice, and this is how you repay us? By consorting with this Ora? Imperials, Gridanians, Sylphs, you're no different from the rest of them. Actually, you're worse, Kupo. Traitor to his kinsmuggles, he plots treason against the crown. Enough, Kupo. Kuplokop will answer for his crimes soon enough, as will all who will defy the will of the good King Mogomog the 12th. May he reign forevermore, Kupo. The king is planning to purge the 12swood of his enemies, Kupo. We've got to stop him before it's too late. The entrance to Thornmarsh is deep within the Bramble Patch, Kupo. If you take me there, I can nullify the ward, but be warned, the Mongols Guard has set traps to lure enchanted beasts. I can't hide from them, so you'll need to protect me, Kupo. We're here, Kupo. I don't see any more beasts, do you? Are you ready to face the king, Kupo? Then step closer to the ward. Raise your hand and focus, like when you were tuned to an aetherite, Kupo. I'll open the way for you. When a Moogle loses, they rip off his wings like Cain did to Raziel. Jesus Christ. And thus did this Moogle become my Soul Reaver. God, I need to play Legacy of Kain for the channel. God damn it. Oh, there's so many games. I want to play so many. The rest is up to you, Kupo. Now go and teach those foolish Moogles a lesson and send the king back whence he came. All right, for the best goddamn song in 14. Oh wait, no, it's a trial. It's a trial. Which one? Ah, yeah, Thornmarsh Hard. Good King Muggle-Mog, the 12th of his name, has once more been called forth by the Moggles Guard. Though the king is not considered a primal in the strictest sense, he poses a threat not unlike that of the Beastmen gods, and that his influence could corrupt his people's peaceful nature. And so, like those other starved beings, wow, I don't know how I fucked that up. And so, like those other ether-starved beings, he too must be felled for the sake of the realm. All right. Yeah, let's go. Oh, damn it. Ah, fuck, I didn't... I forgot to... turn on cutscenes, goddammit. And thus, did he go back into the abyss? Always commend the healers. You did it, Kupo! You did it! Good King Mog the 12th, may his mighty soul rest in peace, is no more! I shudder to think what might have happened had you not stopped the Moggle's Guard when you did. Thank you, Sotark. Perhaps now they'll come to their senses and stop playing with fairy tales. Rest assured that the chieftain will have choice words for them too. You should go and tell Pukni Pak that the king is no more, Kupo. She's with Raya Oa Camp Tranquil and can relay the news to the chieftain. I'm gonna reload the trial unsynced because I just want to show off the cutscene. That's all I want to do. Awesome, thank you. I'm out of here. Given the choice, whether to rule a corrupt and failing empire or to challenge the fates for another throw, a better throw against one's destiny. What was a king to do, Kupo? Do I dare believe my ears? Good King Mogomog the 12th, may his magnificent virtues serve as an example to us all, has fallen? All Moogle kind owes you a debt, Kupo. Ah, and I sense Ryo wishes to congratulate you as well. I shall let you two speak without fear of interruption. Your bravery in service to the Twelveswood and her Moogles shall not be forgotten, Sotark. My sister will doubtless wish to hear the tale of this great victory from the mouth of the man responsible. Pray return to the Lotus Sen and treat her to a full account of the day's events, while the details are yet fresh in your mind. The Elder Seeds here is expecting you, sir. May I show you in? Sotark, you are returned to us, unharmed and victorious. Thus have I 2 reasons to be glad. Yet many questions remain unanswered. If you would be so kind as to oblige me, I would be fain hear all that occurred in Thornmarch. The song was catchy as hell, though. Then it is as we feared. The king really is a primal. But he really isn't, is he? I mean, the Mughals don't worship him, for one thing. He's not even a god to them. That doesn't sound like any primal I've ever heard of. Then mayhap the fault lies with the definition. The fact remains that though a combination of the power contained in crystals and the force of their collective faith, the Mughals called forth a being that by rights should not exist. Moreover, when slain, said being left no corpse, the ether which comprised him instead being scattered to the 4 winds. According to the accepted definition, he may not be a primal, but the mode of his manifestation was in every respect the same. Which means Ascians. This whole business reeks of their handiwork. Kupopo! They said it was a masked man who had taught them how years ago. But Gridania has no shortage of masked men, and I never thought to question. Confound it all! How many more will they ensnare with their tainted gifts? Too many, I fear. So long as there are paragons to stir the embers, fools to build the pyre, and crystals to feed the flames, ever and again shall we suffer primal visitation. A somber thought, but a salutary one. My heartfelt thanks, Sotark. Already the information you have provided has proven invaluable. The Grand Serpent Marshal and I have much to discuss. Oh, and before you do, my lady, I was hoping we might finish discussing that other matter. The matter of which you speak has even now been settled. The Scions shall not want for support. We shall be glad to send additional supplies to Revenant's Toll. We knew we could count on you, my lady. While Ida and I remain to discuss the particulars of our arrangement with the Elder Seedseer, mayhap you could return to the Waking Sands and apprise the antecedent of all that has transpired. On it. It is good to see you. It is good to see you hale and healthy, Sotark. I received word from Ida and Papalimo that you had felled Good King Moggelmog the 12th, but I had hoped to hear your version of the tale. So it was as they said, someone with the same methods used by the Beast Tribes and taught by the Ascians. Though unfortunate, this incident did at least serve to remind the Elder Seedseer of our usefulness. Her offer of additional support could not have come at a better time. My thanks, Sotark. Owing to the tireless efforts of all concerned, we are at long last ready to bid farewell to Vesper Bay. So as to avoid drawing undue attention, we shall make the journey to Revenant's Soul in small groups, departing at irregular intervals. Lest you doubt, it is still my intention to conduct future operations openly, but on this particular occasion, the need for caution overrides all other concerns. To move north as one ponderous caravan would only serve to invite attack. It seemed only right that I should be the last to leave, and I would have you remain with me until the end, Sotark. Upon my departure, the Waking Sands will formally cease to be our headquarters, and the premises will be given into the care of Urianger. I had thought to relinquish the property, but he was quite adamant, and I had not the heart to disagree. These walls have borne witness to some of the brightest and darkest moments in our order's history. Mayhap it is best that we do not forsake them entirely. Urianger shall remain here and devote his energies to studying the nature of primals. By the grace of the 12, he will one day discover the permanent solution that we have sought for so long. Of course, he will not be alone. Alize shall continue to work closely with him as well. Should they require our assistance, I have their assurances that they will not hesitate to contact us. Speaking of Urianger, would you inquire of him if any tasks remain undone? I cannot escape the feeling that I have forgotten something important. I'm actually, like, did these people ever, like, actually... Okay. You know, I've never actually went and ever talked to these two before. Or anything, so... Thou art ever welcome, Sotark, but I require no assistance. Pray take thy leave unburdened by concern for my well-being. Verily, thy countenance bespeaks a desire to quit this place without further delay. Mayhap thou thinkest this chapter of our tale concluded. These halls should rightly be consigned to the annals of history. In man's eagerness to seize the future, how readily he doth set down the past. Full many a proud pioneer hath bravely stridden into the great unknown, only to find there the banner of his ancestor, faded by the aeons, and still man glorieth in his discoveries. 'Tis through his pride that wisdom doth ever give way to ignorance, while they who lurk in shadow remain hidden, lost no sooner than they are found. Be not offended, Sotark. Thy conduct hath ever been beyond reproach. Despite thy surpassing strength and all thy many victories, thou hast never been so convinced of thine own greatness as to imagine thyself upon the failings of thy forebears. Mayhap it is the echo which hath opened thine eyes to the lessons of history, but that the same could be said of... Oh? Ah! Oh boy. Whence came that cry? The solar! 12 forfend, the antecedent! Uh-oh. What happened? Sotark, you must... Oh god. Tell me, Louisoix, would you have done the same? Louisoix Leveilleur was a remarkable man, wise beyond mortal measure, but that I had met him prior to his passing. An Ascian? Here? How? How readily you see. You are indeed gifted, Antecedent. But you are not like the others. Your robes. Gifted, but ignorant. Yet I shall not judge you harshly. The fault lies with your forebears. It has been millennia. Mine are the robes of an emissary, and like he who came before, I have no quarrel with you. He who... You speak of La Habrea. La Habrea is a warrior. He fought, he fell. He may yet learn from his mistakes. Then he is still... Come, I only confirmed that which you already knew. There is no cessation, no oblivion, only expulsion. What are... Ready when you are, my lady, if there's nothing else. Is something the matter? Ah, I feel the same way. After everything that's happened here, it feels strange to leave. But I'm sure we'll get used to Revenant's soul. Well, I'll let you say your goodbyes. Take as long as you like, my lady. We shall depart whenever you're ready. It is only to be expected. She lacks the gift and the knowledge of both. To her, we are indistinct. I do not understand. Shadowless, fleshless, formless. What truth there is in what truth there is in each tale is diluted by time and telling. Knowledge dictates expectation, and expectation colors perception. Thus did she perceive not. So it is with all but a chosen few. Even you, when young, cannot yet see with eyes unclouded. You know nothing about me. Nothing. The gift grants you clarity. It grants you focus. With it, you may in time come to see us. You may in time come to see us as we are, rather than this crude approximation. La Habrea did not think so highly of the Echo. La Habrea is wrong about a great many things. The Echo is indeed a gift, albeit one you have yet to master. And if we did? There would be no strife between our peoples, for we would be of one mind. I leave as I came, in peace, Antecedent. May we meet again as friends. Wait! Stay where you are! Oh! Mayhap I was indelicate. 'Tis a mercy she yields her children from his grace with such resolve. Was it also by her hand that you survived the ardor, I wonder? I take it there is no need to explain. Save your concern. He did me no lasting harm. Whatever his intention was, it was not to kill. I heard a cry! What happened? Are you alright? You look faint. Do you need to lie down? I can fetch you a flask of my special tonic. Ariange, send word to the students of Baldessian. Tell them to scour the archives, the forbidden tomes in particular. If there is any reference to an Ascian robed in white, however oblique, I wouldn't know of it. An Ascian, my lady. Was that what gave you cause to cry out? I did but moments ago glimpse a figure clad in white set forth from the waking sands. Yet Ascians are wont to employ teleportation magics. Why would one be so brazen? I know not and care not. Find him, Sotark. Turn every stone in Vesper Bay if you have to. Pray attend me, Tataru. Last time we were looking for a masked man, now we're looking for a white-robed man. Oh, well, he was right in front of me. I'm told that you're the warrior of light, but I wouldn't know for myself. I shall walk north, and you may choose to follow. Know, however, that you will be waylaid if you do. You may even perish. Should you survive, we shall speak anon. Alright, I guess I will follow you then. I am being judged. That's a lot of toads. Remarkable, truly remarkable. I thank you for granting me this indulgence. None save he who bested La Habrea could endure such an examination. Have the laws of man grown so twisted in my absence that it is now permitted to lay hands upon an emissary? You bore witness to my audience with the antecedent, did you not? Then you know I acted only in self-defense. I realize the same cannot be said of La Habrea. Even amongst his brethren, he is considered unique. Nevertheless, I cannot wholly condemn his misdeeds, for through them we discovered you, one so strong in the gift that he could cast us out. Your mother favors you still, that much is plain, but surely you must feel it. Her influence wanes, and her strength shall soon be spent. These lands, these people, this world, all shall soon change. As it was, so shall it be again, as it should always have been. Doubt my claims and question my motives if you will. Only believe me when I say this. I am Elidibus, emissary, bearer of the word of the one true God, and we shall meet again. Thank the gods you've returned, Sotark. After you left, I began to worry that I might have sent you to your doom. I take it our visitor proved elusive? Beg pardon. He was waiting for you? What did you do? What did he say? As it was, so shall it be again. Of when does he speak? And of what exactly? The words of the Elidibus portend much but reveal nothing. Save perhaps a measure of disdain for La Habrea. I had hoped for answers, but it seems I shall have to be content with a wealth of additional questions. Let us set aside the matter of this Asine until we have completed our move to the Rising Stones. There is but one final favor I would ask of you before I depart. I believe I mentioned before that my father was a member of the Alamegan Resistance. The truth, however, is more complicated than that. As far as the Empire knew, he was their spy. He maintained the deception for nigh on half a decade, furnishing the Resistance with vital Imperialist secrets, while feeding his paymasters subtly conceived misinformation. When he died some 15 years ago, my father left behind his journal, which I have closely guarded ever since. It contains every shred of information he and his agents conceal on what they believe to be the single greatest threat to Eorzea, the Primals. Its wisdom has guided me through the years, though there is much within I still do not understand. It is my hope that Urianger will fare better. Tell him to treat it with care. It is all I have left of my father. Give me a minute, I'm just going through some of the quests here. Alright, so this is the last quest of 2.1. Trying to think. Because part of me wants to end it after this, and then next part we could jump straight into Coils of Bahamut and then jump into 2.2. Or, I don't think Coils will take... we could probably end things up with Coils. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll keep going. I thought thee departed. To what end dost thou linger? The father's final bequest. The daughter's a lifelong labor. It's no small thing to surrender such a cherished memento. Well, can I imagine the antecedent's pain? Well, can I imagine the antecedent's pain? Upon mine honor, I swear to spare no effort in the study of these materials, lest my lady's sacrifice be in vain. Sotark, this is Minfilia. Forgive me, but I could wait no longer. I have departed for the Rising Stones. If you have yet to... Once you have given the journal to Oriange, I bid you come to the 7th heaven in Revenant's Soul. Tataru will be there to show you inside our new headquarters. Assuming you have already attuned to it, you may wish to make use of our new Aetheryte in Revenant's Soul. After all, it is right on our doorstep. Nice. Oh, Sotark, you're here. Good. We were all wondering when you would show up. I was just telling your restive receptionist here. I'm pleased to inform you that all the documents have been prepared and all signatures signed. The Rising Stones is officially yours. Splendid. From this day forward, I will spare no effort in seeing that it is as welcoming and comfortable a home for us as the Waking Sands ever was. That said, this is all somewhat intimidating, is it not? So many unfamiliar places and unfamiliar faces. Most of the men and women you see around here in Revenant's Soul are adventurers who come and go as they wish. I dare say that should make it easier for you to go about your business here. And it shouldn't hurt that Sotark here has already made something of a name for himself here. Isn't that so, Sotark? Why, that's wonderful to hear! Rest assured that this receptionist will work just as hard to see that our efforts do not skip a beat despite the relocation. And with that, Sotark, I do believe it's time you officially announce your presence to everyone inside. The antecedent and the others will surely be overjoyed to see you. Well, it is certainly spacious. Today marks a new beginning for the Scions of the 7th Dawn. For today, we declare our independence. We shall henceforth be beholden to no nation, but serve all of Eorzea's people, proudly and openly. But this does not mean that we will sever our ties to the Eorzean alliance. On the contrary, the antecedent and I shall endeavor to strengthen them. Rest assured, however, that we shall not permit political considerations to influence our decisions. Our identity remains unchanged, as does our cause. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and our single purpose is to safeguard the future of Eorzea. For Eorzea! Woo! A moment of your time, Sotark. I would speak of Elidibus. Pardon the intrusion, my lady, but the matter which bringeth me will admit no delay. Mine every attempt to contact the students of Baldessine hath been met with silence. No one will respond? How odd. Allow me to try. I'm sorry, but the number you are trying to reach is not available. No response. Surely they would not ignore us. They have never yet, my lady. I fear we must assume the worst. No, I will not believe it. An outpost, perhaps, but not their headquarters. Their wards are beyond circumvention. Had they come under attack, they would most certainly have raised the alarm. None could penetrate their sanctum unnoticed. Or for those who lack the gift and the knowledge both. Oh no. Contact their agents in the field at once. If aught has befallen the students of Baldessine, they may know of it. Though the thought of it pains me, until such time as we have evidence to the contrary, we can but assume the worst. Accordingly, we must needs seek another source of information on Elidibus. It is possible that others in the homeland are possessed of such knowledge. Be fairly warned, however, they are unlike to yield it unconditionally. Do what you must. Yet another unforeseen and unwelcome development. What could be next, I wonder? A visit from a crimson-clad Ascian, perhaps? Or Acher? Or Puce? And one of our allies will then fall silent? And which of our allies will then fall silent? For a time, I thought we had gained the upper hand. When you shattered the Crystal of Darkness in Castel La Habrea, I dared to hope that we had found our way to rid ourselves of the Ascian menace. But I was wrong. He endures and may yet return. Upon that point, I have no doubt that Elidibus spoke true. Yet there must be a way to destroy them utterly. A way to spare this world their unholy machinations. I dare not consider the alternative. There are forces at work we do not yet understand, Sotark. I discern them all around, a disturbance too great and too numerous to be dismissed as mere coincidence. Doubtless the Paragons are involved. But how and to what end is far from unclear. I know not what will come, but I do know what will... I know not what will come, but I do know that we will rise and meet it as one. Ah, my stalwart hero, your face is a picture of resolve. I know that you will be ready when the time comes. With luck, however, that will not be for a while. Pray return to your private affairs with my blessing. Should anything arise, you will be informed. Kryl, where are you? Your intercession was not foretold. You object? We question. Our plans are in motion. Your intentions unclear. They survived the 7th Ardor and are stronger now in the gift. Does that not intrigue you? No, it does not. Serve as you will, so too shall I. We labor not across purposes. The wisdom of his plan shall become apparent in time, when the veil is lifted from their eyes. And, at long last, they see. Yeah, so what quest is this? Still Waters. Okay. Day 39. Yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and end it here. I know it's a little bit early, but I do want to get to Binding Coils before we get into the next patch, because the next quest is the start of patch 2.2. This is the next MSQ thing. And I'd rather get Binding Coils done before that, because I don't know how long it'll take, quite frankly. So yeah, well, I'd be much more comfortable ending MSQ in the middle of it than risk, you know, having to end Binding Coils in the middle of that. So yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and end things here. When we pick things back up, we'll be starting with patch 2.2 of A Realm Reborn. And, you know, given how much less time it took us to get through this, we might actually get through that patch also. We'll see. But yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and see who's available to raid. Who do we got? Oh, hey, you know what? We got Quill and Coral Studios on right now. They're currently playing Hades 2. So, as I get this raid set up, just remember, everyone, if you guys enjoyed what you've seen and you haven't already, don't forget to follow here on Twitch, turn on notifications for and of our go live. There are links below to follow with Instagram, Blue Sky, and Threads, so you get email, stream updates, and announcements that I have. There is also a link to my YouTube channel that you can subscribe to, because that is where I post the VODs for the Mountain Blade Monday series, as well as the main playthroughs I do for the channel, as well as WPW Saturday Night Showdown. All the other fun stuff, go subscribe if you haven't already. And with that being said, let me make sure I can get this raid in correctly. There's the raid message is the bounty hunter has arrived. Make sure to go let Quill know who has arrived on their doorstep. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching. We'll have an awesome Saturday night, evening, morning, whatever the case may be. And I will see you guys on Monday for the next session of Mountain Blade Monday in our Aesorai campaign. Have a good night, everyone, and see ya.